What's good, squad? Welcome into another episode of Phuca-Pod, Phucaname product. Find us all across the web at Phucaname, Phucaname. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. Video games, voice acting, all that good stuff. Here with the usual squad spec. Squad, introduce yourself and where people can find you on these interwebs.
Yo, what's goody, y'all? You already know, you're hearing the voice of Wavy guy right now. You already know. WAVII_JWD on X or Twitter, and WAVIIGWD_ over on what am I supposed to say? On Instagram. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, like you already know, rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify podcast, like and comment on all our videos over on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, tell your homies about us and everything. We got a nice little topic for y'all today. We got some crazy news topics. Something that the whole internet as a collective had the same sentiment about. Oh, that's ridiculous. But yeah, we got a good show for y'all today. Again, of course, like I said, subscribe to the podcast, follow the podcast, and wherever you find us. You know what I'm saying? And also, shout out to the Mets, man. It's Subway Series this weekend in New York. All the games this week is going to be in Citi Field. Yo, the Mets and the Yankees. Mets taking all 3 of them games. I'm telling y'all right now, Mets taking all 3 of them games right now. So let's go Mets.
I can't speak on that legally because I am a Philly native. I will not be caught speaking slander. But other than that, thank you, Wavy. Overall, the topics that we'll touch on today: GTA 6 could be priced at $80. eBay rejects GameStop's ludicrous offer. From Software might be releasing some shadow game. Take it with a grain of salt. And switch to price increase starting this fall, which could be a result of the thing we touch on as always, the RAM shortage. But without further ado, let's get into the first topic. And the one that you guys probably want to hear about the most is most of you guys as fellow gamers, most of you, not everybody, care a lot about.
You probably played this game.
Probably.
Yeah.
You probably played the ongoing from 2014 or 2013. Gosh, man, how long has been out?
Man. Yeah,
2013, GTA 5 and GTA 5 Online. If you enjoy GTA 5, good for you. If you enjoy GTA Online, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you.
But GTA 6 could be priced at $80, even though we're looking at a lot of the gaming standards, gaming prices going up. It's this current gaming cycle, looking at standards of like 60 to 70 to 80, with some great games landing in 30 or 40, and people are loving that. But the AAA titles might land.
I do. $30.
Was it games like Helldivers came out a couple years ago, $40. Expedition 33, I know we're gonna keep talking about it, but in general, that game
50.
was, I think, it was 50, right?
$50.
So when we're talking about prices hiking for these highly expected games like GTA 6, looking at $80, thinking about the bang for the buck. Now, we have a quote here. We think it's in Take-Two's self-interest as a publisher and partner to many developers to raise the price point for the entire industry, says Omar Desoki, a security SOC analyst at Bank of America. He spoke at Icon Video Game Conference in Las Vegas, a new summit for C-suite executives and senior business leaders focused on the interactive entertainment industry.
Of course, his name's Omar.
What's wrong with Omar's, man? Relax.
Yeah, y'all see Omar in The Wire. He was a menace, and he was a menace over there too. So Omar, someone with the name Omar, of course, he's gonna suggest this. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't say like GTA 6 should be 8. No, he says it should be industry standard. You know, y'all need to stay out of gamers' business over there. All y'all need to stay out of gamers' business. It's like it wasn't just him. This is all like that whole little Icon conference, which is basically E3 for. Well, he said the C-suite executives.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Like, y'all just want more money for your companies when all of us down here don't have that privilege that y'all do. So y'all don't stay out of gamers' business. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
To be honest, right? Gaming has become a multi-billion-dollar industry.
No, it's massive now. No, I get it. It's massive.
So
they want those numbers to stay up.
So they're they're climbing up there. They made their investments and they're banking on it. But now they want more, right? So when it comes to executives wanting to lean into this and trying to get more bang for their buck, right? Do I blame them? No, but back when gaming wasn't a big thing, back when I'll even pull it in, back when anime was still like the hush. You can get it in certain places. Now it's like everybody's got their hand in anime. We've got anime adaptations, animated movies, anime clothing, anime brands, anime.
Netflix anime, Hulu anime is everywhere now.
Everywhere, Mm-hmm. So the thought of like these things that we, when things that were invested in for quote unquote nerds or people that liked computer engineering back in the 90s did it off the strength. Now it's like a standard, right? It's a commodity, right? The fact that, and it got me a little excited because I said Icon Video Game Conference. New summit. C-suite executives. Excuse you?
Like, why do y'all have this? Like,
excuse you?
This could be a Zoom call or emails chain. Like, why y'all got a conference for y'all? Like, what? Y'all not buying nothing.
I mean, they are buying something. They're buying more games to put out for us and get their double interest back. That's what they buying. They buying ideas. Brainstorming ideas.
Brainstorming stocks and all that. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. They buying all right. Yeah. Absolutely that part. The tongue in cheek. Shout out to Icon Video Game Conference.
Shout out. Ain't no shout out for that. Ain't no shout out for that. Boo. Boo. Especially after this piece of news, man. So y'all trying to make 80 the new stand. And Nintendo, y'all not safe either, man. I'm blaming y'all for even trying to do this first and everything. That's why Mario Kart World only sold with the bundle. That's the exact reason why. Ain't no one buy that thing separate. I'm not spending $8 for racing games. No. And y'all really try to do that. You know what's crazy about that too? Because these new games be coming out, I don't be seeing them going for $80 no more for Nintendo. I don't see them anymore. They be going for like $70, which is like the standard right now, and it should be the only standard. But yeah, I don't see that. I don't see them going up for $80 no more. I only see them going for like $70 at the most. So they must learn their lesson. But thanks to Omar here, they might try to do it again.
Omar catching.
Yeah, Omar's in the
we
same.
do not feel that way about every Omar out in here in existence. We don't feel that way about every Omar. Shout out to other people named Omar. You
just that
as long as you could.
Just that Omar. You might catch it straight to other Omar, but if you're talking about that Omar right now, you know what I'm saying?
Look, he's just an analyst at Bank of America, my G. Shout out to Omar Desaki,
who wants me to go even more broke.
Look, that's all of their plans, right? Speaking of broke, shout out to GameStop, or as I would like to call them, everything selling here, stop. Everything, including games, stop. They shot their shot at a well-known retailer, legendary legacy retailer that is eBay. Everyone knows about this. eBay, Amazon is, argue like Amazon's different. eBay is like where you go to get like, that real retail's not real, but you know what I'm saying? Like people who sell those other things for like, either an inflated price or whatever price. It's kind of like, eBay's got that stuff for you. Amazon is just like general stuff, general factory stuff. eBay is like, independent businesses and things like that, But on Tuesday, May 12th, eBay said no to GameStop's $56 billion takeover proposal, calling the unsolicited bid neither credible nor attractive.
Laughed them out the room. Y'all remember that 50 gift from what's it called? Entourage when you drove off? That's exactly what GameStop. That's exactly what eBay did. It just dipped out. Like I think, and I love the fact that when everybody heard about this, they haven't had the same reaction. They were like,
"Yeah,
how are y'all going to even try to even buy, because they're not worth more than eBay. So
Not stock wise, no. Not value wise, no.
at all, and like
No.
I'm generally good at math, so there's no, there was no way if you're worth less than an actual company, there's no way you should be doing this. I swear. When I heard about this, I was like, GameStop needs to be investigated for a RICO charge. I don't care what anybody. I don't care if it's an undersell or whatever. Any investigated for a RICO charge. There's no way. Like, how are you gonna do this? Like, what do you have money tucked away somewhere for a rainy day that you just want to pull out now? You're gonna offer them store credit? Like, what are you doing right now? You know,
You get a game half off,
if you right,
or not even half off.
Sell your stuff.
Right. So even just for other people that might Google it, as of May 2026, just in this discussion, the market value of eBay is roughly 46 to 48 billion dollars, while GameStop is valued at approximately 11 to 12 billion.
That's about 30 billion. Like, no, all right, man. And then GameStop said, we're gonna try to buy y'all.
So they tried to buy eBay for 56 billion. They're worth 11, and eBay's worth 48. So was that they tried to swing? What was that? Like 8 billion value at them? Like 8 billion above their value. You don't even have that value in your own value, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a reason why eBay said, nah, it's neither, y'all are neither credible or attractive. That's exactly why they said that. Because, like, y'all don't even have that to give. What makes you think we're going to give that to you? Like, they literally just did, because I don't know if this is true or not. I've searched it online so many times, and it says that it's true, but I just don't see Nintendo doing this. Like, they laughed Microsoft out the room when they tried to partner with them back in like 2001 and 2000, whatever. That's what made them do the Xbox. Because they wanted to do a partnership with Nintendo. Nintendo laughed them out the room.
Right.
And this is the GameStop's nicest way of laughing them out the room.
This is different, right? Like, Microsoft was trying to come up on an idea. I mean, and they succeeded, right? The Xbox was successful. How they are where they are now. GameStop has to do something pivotal right now, especially when we're talking about for them competing with other markets, including the digital market. GameStop was a big deal because you could only get physical games, because of the midnight releases, because of just the way gaming was growing in general, that like with the physical economy for how you could get games, basically. So they're struggling because the way that consuming content has changed.
Yeah, so
eBay sells everything. Like, that doesn't. That's not. No.
Yeah.
No.
And then what's crazy is that GameStop, they secured an investment bank, TD Bank, the investment TD Bank, saying it was highly confident, quote unquote, highly confident that we were gonna raise $20 billion to fund the offer. So y'all got to hook up at TD Bank now? Like, what's going on?
You sold somebody at TD Bank on that idea, yo. You sold somebody on TD Bank on that idea. Like, just get this loan, and I'll get it back to you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I got ideas. Cohen said, I got ideas. I got you. I got you, fam.
That's exactly what they did on CNBC.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, family. I got you.
That's exactly what CNBC too. When someone I'm glad that the CNBC picked that up too, because I think they had an interview, and the person that was talking to him had the same sentiment that everybody else had. How are you going to do this? And I think he said something along the lines of, "Don't worry about it, or you'll see." And he tried to ask him again. He said the same thing. Okay.
And Cohen pledged to operate, the CEO of GameStop, pledged to operate eBay a lot more efficiently, and offered GameStop's 1,600 U.S. retail stores as locations to utilize for eBay orders, serving as hubs for live commerce.
So, like,
so
you're gonna sell your stores as like basically warehouses?
The better idea would have been if GameStop would have offered to sell to eBay. That would have made more sense.
That probably would have made more sense, and even then, I think eBay would have still been thinking about it, and they probably would have did the same thing. Like,
no, it would have, but that would have made more sense. But they still
that would have made more sense, yes. Or like we do a partnership or something like that. But for you to say we want to buy you,
absurd.
Like, but yeah, like you said, I think it would have been better even if like, hey, let's work together as a partnership, or let's see about you probably buying us. That probably would have been a better like kind of sentiment or idea to go along with Mr. Mr. Man, Cohen, Omar's, man, what's going on, man? David Zaslav, like, yo, I'm tired of these people, son. They're on the same boat to me right now. I don't care. They're on the same boat to me right now.
It's like, what's his name? I guess Zaslav and what was the dude's name? What's the former president of Sony's name? Where he jumped off the boat before Blueprint got hit with the stray.
You're talking about like Jim, was it Jim Ryan? What's his name? Man, the search engines, man.
I believe so. Because we were just talking about him in the last episode, y'all. There's so many names to remember.
Jim Ryan.
Yeah, Jim Ryan. And then Phil Spencer jumping off the boat with Xbox. And Xbox's CEO, current new CEO, Asha, man, hitting it out of the park, reviving Xbox from the fires.
Yeah, man, y'all go check that episode out. We went into a little discussion about that. Y'all check that episode out. That's the last episode. Check that out, man.
Asha Sharma. Shout out to you. I say that as someone I've dabbled in Xbox. I've had an Xbox 360. You know what I'm saying? I understand the value of Xbox. I didn't see it after PlayStation 4 got party systems. I went back to Sony, but I understand the value of Xbox. I understand the value.
That was the main thing
of services offered
over PS3 was the party system.
You know what I'm saying? I could play when I played Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I'm dating myself. I know.
Woo! Yeah, Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered Dimensions was good too, but I like Web of Shadows was the last open world explorer game before we had Spider-Man PS4. Right? No. Shattered Dimensions, I'm talking about Web of Shadows was open world. Shattered Dimensions was level based.
I didn't play that one.
Well, Web of Shadows, that was the one where you could fight Wolverine. Dog. That was the one where the symbiotes took over the city. That John was crazy. But don't play it. I mean, let me not say don't play it now, but basically we still talking 360 graphics. Yeah, 360 PS. It was kind of rough then. It looked good then. Now, listen,
it's a little rough.
But I could play through Xbox's media player. I could play my own music. So I was playing Coheed and Cambria while I was swinging around the city through my Xbox, through my headphones. Like back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Those two things, they had that advantage over PS3 in that era and stuff. Like the music, them playing your own music, and then the what we just talking about? God, the party system.
Party system, yeah. And then Halo.
And Halo, yeah. Like, but can't say that
no
more.
Or Gears, depending on your point of view. Oh, Gears, Gears, yeah. No,
can't say that no more. Either one.
I mean, not anymore. I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
talking about then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of the first like cover shooters and stuff like that. Was it one of the first?
I think so.
Damn.
In the way that it was third person over the shoulder.
Yeah, it was third person over the shoulder. It might be one of it might not be one of the first to do it, but it was probably the one that put it like cemented it. You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. First person over the shoulder. First.
Search engines, here we come again.
Let's see. Resident Evil 4 in 2005, popularized the modern over-the-shoulder shooter. Early examples include Space Crawler, Beachhead Rail Shooter in 1983, and Winback 1999. Early examples include this, right? So, popularized in Resident Evil 4. And then here we go. Gears of War 2006 then utilized this perspective to solidify the standard as discussed in 056. So Gears of War came along. What's the phrase I want to do? Resident Evil 4 walked before all these previous games like Splinter Cell 2002, shifted to an over-the-shoulder view. Kill Switch 2003 used a close camera to center aiming, and then Resident Evil 4 solidified it, refined it with the formula to perfect it, making the camera angle a staple in the industry, and then Gears of War ran with it.
Yep. Gears ran with it, and it's now like for the most part, a standard to cover shooter. I think Uncharted did it next and everything, so.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know what's crazy about this whole thing? I find interesting about this whole eBay GameStop thing. Like, it says that, because I think this deal, if they did it, it would have taken them, because I think eBay already has some debt. I think they have $7 billion in debt right now. This deal would take them to $31 billion in debt. So if I'm a company, I'm not going to, I'm a double, my bad, quadruple my debt for you. But here's the thing, Mr. Cohen, he said that he would cut about $2 billion in costs and rapidly repay the company's debt. But eBay has concerns about the impact of cost cuts on the company's revenue. You know, Mr. Cohen, I think he sold weight. He sells weight on the side. GameStop has to be investigated for a RICO. There's no way. Like, what do you? There's no way. There's no one. Someone can tell me otherwise. I don't care. There's something going on in the underworld something's going on in the underworld that they think they could just do this out of nowhere.
Views and opinions are expressed by the squad member Wav3y, does not represent Phucaname as a whole company. Disclaimer. Whether we agree or not, does not reflect the views of the entire company. Cohen, relax. This is just opinions and conversation with news. Just saying. If
they found a way to make it go through though, then shout out to GameStop and eBay.
No, stop it. Speaking of games, no, stop it. No, stop it. Now now look, I'll eat now. I'm not gonna say that logically. It's like I'll eat crow. I won't. That's not gonna be. I'll eat crow, and then they do it, and then it's like, well, you gotta do an episode where you eating crow on screen. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if they do, I'll eat my words, and we'll do an episode where we go, Dak. GameStop pulled it off. They got eBay to buy.
I'm gonna pull shout out to Mighty Keith. I'll pull some. There was a video I think that like when Sora got announced for Smash and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I guess he did a skit or whatever where he played like different people, and one of the people said like, this guy, you know, if I told him that if Sora ever gets into Smash Ultimate, I'm gonna eat a whole jar of peanut butter in under a minute. I'm like, and people were like, that sounds very dangerous. Oh, I know it's dangerous. It's never gonna happen. And then it happened. People were like, you're like, oh crap. And then someone put the peanut butter right there.
Yo, like, right. I'm not gonna put nothing. Anything can happen in Wild Wild World. That's one of the few things I don't see. But I would say the episode would open up. It'd be like, well,
they did it.
I was wrong. We was wrong. They pulled it off. There you go. I'm not promising nothing wild like that. You know, anything can happen. Okay, human beings are wild. Getting more into, well, I think we'll go quickly to more industry news. I'm gonna skip down 2 and then go back up to 3 and then go down to 4. So I'm going to 5. So Switch 2 prices increased starting in the US, starting September 1st.
It was inevitable.
Right? But again, we're still talking about RAM shortage.
Everything.
Curse shortage. You, AI, Dinkelberg. You know, shout out to the resource shortage, which is still affecting technology to this day. Still talked about it in our previous episodes, and we're still going to keep talking about it. Nintendo said the price for the Switch 2 in the US will rise by $50.
Which, honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot more. So, but...
Wavy said, that's all? You can charge me $100.
I'm not saying that.
Wavy said more? And it's like SpongeBob tells us, Patrick, no! I bet you could charge him $200. $200 more. You know?
I thought
Wavy said $200 more. Just a $50 raise? No, I want $100 raise, Nintendo. No. 300. Wavy said, that's all?
I'm just surprised they doing that, yo. But
I don't want to Switch 2.
But $50 is like, I mean, you know, it's still. It just seemed like they didn't want to do it, or like they didn't like.
Probably
I think
not.
they were worried about doing that, but like it was inevitable because like the tariffs and the production costs and all that. But at least it's not immediate because the PS5 Pro was immediate. Like PS5 and all that stuff was immediate. Like probably like the next like 2 weeks. This is like you got like until September 1st. You have 3.
You know who it's immediate for though? You said what?
You said what happened?
You know who it's immediate for?
Oh,
The home country.
over Japan. You think
Nintendo will hike it up.
Japan?
It's hiking up the price of the Switch 2 for Japan from 49,980 yen to 59,980 yen. Effective the end of May.
Wait, I thought that was. Oh no! That's right. That's right. It's only the September 1st things for Europe and for Canada and the US. That's what it is, right? Damn.
Yeah. Home country? Oh no, y'all getting that boost right now.
Right. Like, how would you treat your home country like that, but you treat like the. There's no way do they sell more Switch 2? I'm gonna look this up right now. There's no way. I'm gonna look this up right now.
Shout out to search engine. While Wavy looks that up, Switch 2 consoles use memory chips. Oh yeah, so Switch 2 consoles use memory chips that have seen unprecedented price rises by the global AI data center build out. Excuse me, not buyout, build out. Nintendo has been forced to raise their prices following rival Sony, which announced a price increase of up to $150 on its flagship PlayStation 5 in March of 2026 of this year in this podcast episode. So again, we're talking about sales of why their sales at home are jumping so soon, which means they're banking on those sales, I guess, increasing in the home country and then pushing it back to September for the worldwide consumer basket, if you will, is interesting. It's not immediate. Sony's was immediate, but I can't even say because Sony is based in Japan. So the question would be why. The question would be, are they being generous, or are they waiting for something else to hit for the price to also go up? I don't know. It's a good question.
Maybe. It could be that too, but I just looked it up. It looks like the Switch 2 unit sold 5.4 million units in the US and sold 3.7 million in Japan. So maybe that's
less.
Why?
Maybe, but what? Why would you charge the people that buy it less more? Like, right. Finances really trip me up. Right, Dre? Like, why would I? I always talk about that when businesses rise, and I'm not a business person, but this is just all talking about that conversation about business. Why would I charge you more when you're not even consuming my product like that already? If anything, it would be better. It would behoove me to lower it, even though I might see it not as much return, but more people will possibly buy it if it was lowered. That's just me, but I'm not understanding the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not pretending to be a numbers guy. The only numbers I deal with is when I'm editing and measurements for sound. That's the only time I really measure numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or how many word counts I do on my articles.
All that makes sense because like you're thinking smart. I don't know what these people are thinking over there. Maybe they know something we don't. I don't know. Maybe
they absolutely know something we don't. But you know, everybody in the gaming industry is reaching for the sky right now, trying to make it through this struggle bus we've got going on right now. Speaking of struggle buses, Rocksteady. And rumor for a Batman Beyond game. Now, it's not the first time we've heard it. Probably won't be the last time we've heard it. Saying it straight up, I'm taking it with a grain of salt because, again, I think the closest we would get thinking about it, there was a Batman Beyond skin in Arkham City, which gave an idea that there was a possibility.
Was there Batman Beyond skin in there?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. And like his cape, basically, imagine they just basically graphically wise cut it to like a quarter of its size, and when he glided, you saw the rest of his body, and it looked like Batman's wings from Batman Beyond. But he didn't fly up; he didn't have jet boots, but same concept.
Interesting. Okay.
I like the skin. I like that. It was like the skins on Arkham City were popping.
Great game. So I get it.
Game, goated. So, yeah, shout out to that rumor.
Yeah, and there was leaked footage or leaked screenshots of it, whatever. Everything. But then recently, Jason Schreier came out and said it's not true. So
I mean, yeah, like
it's a rumor.
I mean, I would expect I would hold a rumor now. If Jason said. Maybe then I would get my eyebrow. I don't think he said anything that we all don't already know. Like him saying it's rumor or that it's not real is like, oh, I already knew that. I want to hear Jason Schreier say maybe. Then you have my intention like, oh, maybe.
Okay.
Or other gaming journalists like, oh, I heard, oh, for real. Other than that, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean. But if they are, I mean, he said it's not true, but we don't know what's what. All I know is that Lego Batman game was pretty good right now.
It does look really good. We got our eyes on it.
I'm seeing the gameplay. I think they used a trailer.
It's literally the combat of Arkham games in Lego form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they showed it at Summer Game Fest last year. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. When does that come out?
That's why one of the only games I was really hyped for in that Summer Game. Was it Summer Game Fest they showed it?
Most likely.
It might have been Summer Game Fest, I think. I'm not sure. Summer Game Fest is his own thing. And honestly, if all this stuff all these rumors that were coming out that GTA trailer might be coming and like other stuff may be coming, if all that stuff is true, then Summer Game Fest could actually be something this year. Because every other year that they've had it, I'm sorry, Jeff, if you're listening to this.
So, ironically, and it's like, I'm even looking, there's a screenshot right now of Lego Batman on the Tumblr Bat Bike from the Night series. So this is like Lego Batman of all like the collection of Batman movies. And probably, this is so goated. Now, there's no date right now. Right? So there might be something.
What, a Lego Batman?
Yeah, no, there's no date. Let me see.
No, it's coming out, I think May 24th.
Oh, May 22nd. I'm sorry. When you Google it overall, I do apologize for that, y'all. When you Google overall, usually I would expect the date to pop up and aggregate on the search, but May 22nd, right? So then, well, yeah. Now, Deluxe Edition owners gain 72 hours of early access starting May 19th.
Oh, so they pulling the like NBA 2K. All right. That's what 2K used to do. I don't know if they still do it, but that's what they used to do. They used to do like if you purchase this game, if you pre-order the game, then you get to play it 3 days early or something like that. So
Standard edition gets you pre-order. Standard edition gets you digital bonuses like the Dark Knight Returns Batsuit. And the Deluxe Edition includes all the game DLC, and you get 72 hours early access. Physical bonus, you get select physical Lego sets, and includes a redeemable digital code for the game.
And to all that, what's that new LeBron gift that's been going around? Ooh. Exactly how I feel about that. Okay. I'll just get the game in general. Like, it looks fun though. So I don't play a lot of Lego games and stuff, but like I've been hearing good things about them. But this one I might give this a try. Like I see, the trailer came out with some gameplay, and they showed some of it last year. I was like, oh, okay.
Voice acting, all that stuff. Lego Star Wars is still peak for me for Lego games. Lego Harry Potter was good.
The Skywalker saga or just any
the Skywalker, the whole shebang joint, like when it's all 9 movies. Yeah. And you could fly in space or whatever. That joint, that was chef's kiss. That joint was cool. I'll give it that.
So.
And then, speaking of further hints or rumors leading into more discussion about games that are coming later in the year. So we're talking about From Software allegedly dropping a pirate-themed game titled Cerulean Onslaught. It might be teased at Summer Games Fest 2026, but take that information with a grain of salt because we are expecting Duskbloods later this year or at some point in 2026. Basically, there's no date for that, but that's coming, and it's going to be a Switch exclusive.
Which I still find this weird. It's like the fact that it's going to be, because that rumor said it's going to be announced at Summer Game Fest, but then it's going to come out in like August.
Yeah, that further information.
That's a little fast, unless they were already in development, and at the same time as Duskblood was in development. That I'm saying my opinion, shooting my shot right now. It seems like they don't. I don't know if they're not. I feel like they're confident in Duskblood, but at the same time, like it's amazing that a From Software gets exclusive to Nintendo, but I never thought in a million years that would happen because like Nintendo fans aren't really like From Software people and everything, so that's why I always looked at it a little sideways. And I don't know if like Nintendo just threw them a huge bag and they just said, all right, cool. And we'll do this, but we're gonna work on some more stuff either way. Like, I don't know. And it's also a little weird too, because it's a pirate game. Like, okay.
Oh man, the way From Software be knocking it out of the park, like with Elden Ring, with Bloodborne, with I was about to say the name wrong. Armored Core 6. Like, look, like they could. I'm not gonna be like Corner Fox, like the way he feels about Kojima. But point being, they could make a game about unicorns. Like, I buy that joint. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to sell the 7 Seas with a soul in a Souls game?
If it's something cool where like the ship is like according to the rumors, if it's a ship that's supposed to be the main hub and you get to go and explore and you get the same combat and it's a good story, a good graphics, good gameplay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I have nothing against pirates. Absolutely nothing against pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about Assassin's Creed 4. I just didn't care for it like that back then. But I always thought that the main draw for me for that was really cool. That you got on his ship and you could play the sea shanties and your crew singing. That's really cool. And the ship battles. You know? I'm a big Wind Waker fan. Like, sailing seas is cool with me. You know?
Yeah. Phucaname here does not condone any pirate discrimination. So
pirate discrimination? Yo, get out of here. Pirate discrimination. That's funny.
Yeah, shout out to From Soft. Like I said, I just, I feel like Nintendo threw them a bag and they said, all right, cool. That's not going to end all be all for us,
But you can see what Switch 2 can do. The fact that they're getting, or they haven't gotten it yet. I think they've gotten it. Final Fantasy remake on the Switch, right?
Yeah, they have I think Final Fantasy, the remake.
Oh, it came out in January. It came out in January for the Switch 2. So we're talking about if it can run that, it could probably run. The only problem would be with running Elden Ring on Switch 2 would be the game size.
Yeah, like it's
not
the
details.
It's not even like the hardware at this point. It's just like the fan base of Nintendo. Like the Nintendo fans have like.
I saw this. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition is expected to release on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. A Canadian retailer previously listed the title for July 10, 2026, though it may be a placeholder. The port has reportedly faced delays to improve performance, with Kadokawa confirming it's still aimed for 2026. So,
hey, it's about to blow the Switch 2 up. It's about to blow it up. That's exactly what that means right now. Like, they're about to blow it up. That fan about to go crazy, gonna go to work. You gonna see bugs and all that.
You're gonna see grass like looking flat, like discolored.
Yo,
Like I thought this joint was supposed to be swaying. It's looking like this. Straight
gonna
up.
be mad still.
Shoot. Nintendo, no shade.
That Switch chose otherwise. Otherwise.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't forgotten Mortal Kombat 1
We damn sure haven't.
on the Switch 1.
Yeah, I don't forget Bayonetta 3.
Oh,
I don't forget that.
you know what I'm saying?
So, super ashy.
But I mean, you know, games I've played on Switch 2 have been really beautiful. Now it's not a matter of like does it run to the level of like a PS4, because PS4's graphics weren't that bad, are just, you know, enhanced, because it was, remember when we first talked about Switch 2, comparable to PS4 graphics. It's like, oh, we still talking about PS4. We about to go PS5, PS6 era, and you in PS4 era?
Yes, that's Nintendo for you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, Tarnished about to come to Switch 2. Fellow Tarnished here. Good luck with that. You know, Dustblood's coming out 2026, and whatever this Cerulean Onslaught rumor might be, whether we actually get pirates or not, it remains to be seen.
You gonna get a burnt hole in your lap playing that game?
We talking about PS4's fans before.
You gonna feel like you right in the airport.
Yeah. But no, we'll see. We will see. You know what I'm saying? Because remake, I think it would be comparatively, I don't think it's as big as Elden Ring, because there's a lot of different elements. Remake, let me see, remakes, because there's a lot of things that are elements to rendering our game versus other games, right? So let's see size versus Elden Ring. So remakes is roughly 81 to 95 gigs, notably larger than the 65 gigabyte Elden Ring due to high resolution assets, pre-rendered cutscenes, and a more linear, detailed city environment. Elden Ring utilizes superior file compression for a massive open world map. Right? So Rebirth. So remake intergrade include 81 to 95 gigs, including DLC. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth PS5 145.25 gigabytes.
That's the whole game.
The whole game.
So it's more than one where was meet.
Yeah, and then right, 1.5 of where winds meet, and then Elden Ring is 65 gigs. I think there's a little bit more depending on updates and things like that, depending on your console. But 65 gigabytes, understanding as update as of mid 2024. So, and this is also an aggregated AI answer. So, yeah, if you can run Final Fantasy Remake, shouldn't have a problem with Elden Ring, which may not have a problem with Dustbloods. We don't even know what kind of, might not even be open world like Elden Ring. Dustbloods might not be open world like Elden Ring. It might be like Bloodborne. Bloodborne was very level linear based, right? Like, you know, tight corners. Yeah, you know, Elden Ring was.
Yeah, that's the only time they really went in open world like kind of space was Elden Ring. So,
yes,
it worked for them.
So, right. But good luck to everybody trying to chase this gaming race with, you know, rising prices in hardware, game prices increases, companies and shareholders at the C-suite of the C-suite meeting at summits in Las Vegas talking about how to charge you, the gamer, more money for your beloved product. Yeah.
That's gonna be the name of the episode. Yeah, Omar.
He getting all this shine right now. Closing out for any of you that might have gotten so far for your TV watching, we do watch TV here at Phucaname. We do find the time in between looking up different things and trying to create content for y'all. Everybody on the squad has finished Maul Shadow Lord Season 1 on Disney+. It's not advertisement, we're just talking about it.
Y'all want to advertise? I know to come through.
But we talked about this conversation that broke out in our Discord of like all of us jumping Wavy God, and it was a 5-to-1 discussion, 4-to-1 discussion, I believe. Joking wise, of course, everybody has their own preferences, but we're talking about series that expand on a verse. And I know we've touched on Star Wars. We always say we have a Star Wars episode coming, but we always want to have like all the squad on and other Star Wars content creators and enthusiasts to talk about Star Wars as a whole, but just in general. Series that expand on a verse. So like, let's say House of Dragon for Game of Thrones, or other series that have spin-offs that expand on things like Power, right? Prequels, things like that.
Yeah, you took my example and stuff like that too just now.
I'm sorry, but
it's true.
Wavy,
though. Yeah,
but Wavy had a stance that the question for y'all is yay or nay for series that expand on a verse, or if the storyline is good enough to leave it alone, or like say Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies before it. Series or movie sequels, versus you want to see more films that expand on the lore, or you want to just leave it alone. And Wavy, you had an argument to say that I love that shit.
I do. I like it. I like when, even if I already know like what the protagonist, if I know what's going to happen to them already, because it's like in the middle or something, I still like to see like what happened during that time. Like, but this is me speaking from someone who I haven't seen Clone Wars, so I don't jump me in the comments. I don't jump me anywhere. Even if y'all do, it's fine. I got jumped by people before for that. Whatever. But yeah, I haven't seen it. So when I did say that I liked more, it's not like no one disagreed, but like people for the most part in like our in our chat, basically saying that like, they want to see something else. Or like I know even Frosty said like, I already know this ends up, so it's kind of like, So, and I got that point too, but I think what hit it home for me was when shout out to our squad member, One True Noob. He kind of hit the nail on the head where he kind of basically said like, hey, this stuff that happened in the mall show, while it was good, really good, the fight scenes are great, this kind of stuff he's doing, he already did that in Clone Wars already. And I'm like, oh, and he explained everything. I'm not going to say nothing for like, I know there's probably people that are watching that haven't seen it yet. If y'all don't, y'all missing out, first of all. But yeah, Noob basically said that like what he did in that show, he kind of already did in Clone Wars. So it's like we're kind of seeing it again. So once he said that, I was like, yeah, that makes sense why y'all are not too high on it. If someone like me who haven't seen it, I'm like, yeah, this is great. I still think the show is great. I'm gonna go back and watch Clone Wars and stuff. And if I see the same stuff, I'm like, all right, cool. But I still like the Maul show a lot. I think it was really, really good. Like I said, the fight scenes, especially that last episode. Whew, oh my god! Because it's just taking place like, it's just taking place. Like you said, it's like a year after Revenge of the Sith. So when that character comes out, this is like him fresh into that role. So he still got his young. Man, it's crazy, but yeah, I think it was still a good show. But I still like to see like what happened in between stuff. And even if I see Clone Wars, even though this happened after Clone Wars and stuff, but it's still in the middle, like right after Revenge of the Sith, before Episode 4 and stuff like that.
Yep.
For the most part.
So before Rebels too.
And before Rebels, right? And before Rebels, and apparently he did this stuff in Rebels too already. So I get that part of it. But when it comes to like the topic, like I said, I still like I like seeing this stuff. And even if I know like, how the character's going to end up, I like seeing it. Like an example for me is Power, because I'm a big Power fan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all that like Power. I was invested in Power when it first came out. Like last season was cool. Watching it week to week was kind of crazy, but like when you binge it, it's like, this makes sense. This is so much better now. But they announced all these spinoffs and everything. Like Power Book 2, A lot of people weren't in on it because it's like what happened. What happened? We didn't want that to happen, but it was an okay show. But Power Book 3, that to me was like that's something that's fishing this topic because that's like basically in between of like kind of a prequel to Power and everything because it's like it's basically about one of the characters, Kanan, and like how he grew up and all that, and then you start to see like, oh, this is why he's like this in the show. Even though I already know where it's going to end up, it's going to end up like in the beginning of Power and stuff like that. It's still good to see like that interaction and like seeing these characters at a young age and like seeing like, oh, these cameos coming out of nowhere, like, oh, this is how they were when they were younger. That's how they were like this in Power and stuff. And then also I'm also biased because it's taking place in Queens. So you already know I'm already gonna be like once they announced it, I was like, yeah, all right, they talking about Southside, all right. I know something about Southside and everything. I got a couple homies over there and everything, but so I was hyped on that alone. But like just seeing the story and everything, and seeing like these characters like grow up to be who they are in Power, like when it ends and everything, that's why I like that kind of stuff. And I like just seeing those Easter eggs. I like seeing those cameos in any kind of show. And Maul is one too. So yeah, that's just my stance on it. That's one example I have of like, I like that shit.
It's a quote. I should put that on a shirt. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit. I love the game.
I love the hustle.
I don't like, for me, like the thing that I was hanging on, because I also hadn't watched Clone Wars. I've seen some of Rebels. Let me not say hadn't watched. I've watched some Clone Wars, and of course, to the internet showing you the show with whether you want to see it or not. You know what I mean? So I already know about what happens with Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. I won't spoil it for Wavy. I already know what happens in Rebels. I already know how we got there. I already know, like, there's things I already know without even watching all the details in between. But a series that have a prequel, like say, oh, but you like the prequels to the original trilogy from Star Wars, but you get to see how Vader got there to where he is, right? You know what happens to Vader. But with Maul, I understand where Noob is coming from, not even really thinking about it. I didn't really have to think deeply about it. It's not Maul's origin. It's just Maul doing random crap that leads up to his ultimate fate in Rebels. So it's like, it's not even adding more substance to the character. It's just like, oh, you want to see Maul do Maul stuff? We got Maul doing Maul stuff. We got Maul doing more Maul stuff. You love it? You're watching it? Like, Maul's cool. We get it. Maul is dope. What else you got for me?
Yeah, I get that. I definitely understand that. Like, I think, like when you guys were saying, like, he should do more with the Sith and all that. Maybe saving that for next season, along with him, like, training this person and all that, which I was actually really cool. I was also really cool how to, like, got there. But Maul is kind of crazy for that. Maul is sick for that.
So that's the thing. Almost like looking at the same thing with Starkiller. Like, you know what Starkiller is capable of. Shout out to the Force Unleashed games. Force Unleashed 1 and Force Unleashed 2. Right? Devin is busted. Okay? But guess where Devin is? Not in anything in the future. So, like, you busted. It's like, what happens to you?
Yeah.
Like, dag. Like, okay? Like, dag. Like, she's like, she was going toe to toe. Like, she was holding her own against Vader. Not her own. Like, no, she didn't. Technically. Yeah, no, he was like, like, you know what I'm saying? Eventually. But she was standing toe to toe with her master and Maul against Vader. You know what I'm saying?
So freedom. And Vader still acting like it was light work.
This man was voguing, like,
right. Real easy, real simple, like
like I'm saying, like
that's it. That's all y'all got.
Disgusting, and it was glorious. Okay, I got real excited, especially when the Mandalorian got snatched up. Like, I just like,
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Sorry, that's all I'm saying. The conversation about sequels, yay or nay. Shout out to the conversation down below. What do you guys think about sequels and prequels adding to the lore? Are you big on it? Are you big on the type of it being like You want the series, fillers to be intentional. You want it to be a little light work. You want the prequels to give something more depth to a character that gives you another thought to it, or you just want to know their backstory. And then series that give you more like say Book of Boba Fett. It's literally a sidebar to Mandalorian. Yeah, no. Yeah, Boba Fett was cool. Like, Boba Fett was the guy back in the day, but he ain't the guy no more. I mean, like, he was the guy back then because of the movies, and he seemed like he was a cool character. He caught Han Solo with the help of Vader, really. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't catch him. He followed that bull to clouds. You know what?
That's also another good example, too. Is you even said it. The prequels is a great example for this. Because, like, they could have definitely just did 4, 5, and 6 and just, I mean, obviously they were doing 4, 5, and 6 because they wanted to do 1, 2, and 3 later. Like later on when
allegedly he had them written already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like,
yeah, that thing's going around the internet and stuff like that. Like what his plans originally were for like the end of the saga and all that. But yeah, like I mean, even with the prequels, like I mean, there was a lot of discourse when those came out. I still don't understand why. And
Phantom Menace was light work until Maul showed up. Like, basically watching the movie, you're kind of like, ooh, cool. And then Maul showed up, and he was like, Dad.
Yeah, that whole, like, you got 2 of them joints. Wait a minute. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, the turn up was Maul. So, we already 3/4 through the movie when it finally showed. I mean, technically, Maul shows up around the beginning of the movie. He fights Qui-Gon. He sees one lightsaber. Like, we see this hooded bull fighting Qui-Gon in the desert. It's like, yo, who is that? Oh, he's the Phantom Menace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And then, so, like, yeah, but the prequels I thought were a great example for this. Because, like, we saw the story of, like, before he turned into Vader, how he was as a kid, like, how it's affected him and stuff. And, like, even, like, with the galactic trade and all that, the Clone Wars, how that was a big glue for everything, which I still think, as is my Star Wars hard take, I feel like Clone Wars is probably one of the most important Star Wars films. That's me personally, because I think that Clone Wars, like they talked about it in episode 4, so now you see like it head on first and everything. You see Count Dooku, you see how that affected everybody and everything. You see how Anakin's like mom, how she passed away and all that, how that turned him. Like that whole Clone Wars movie to me was just the glue that just stuck everything together. To me personally, my favorite is still Revenge of the Sith out of all Star Wars movies, but I think Clone Wars is the most important one.
Yeah,
that's me personally.
I still like Empire Strikes Back best.
A lot of people do, and I 1,000% understand it. Like it's a great movie. I think that's definitely like the best and my favorite are definitely 2 different things. So I think the best is probably still either Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. But my favorite is
Free Us or Die. Phuca-Pod. All right.
Yeah, piece him up. Luke pieced him up crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't how he did in Mandalorian. No. It was still fire though.
Yeah, no.
That Mandalorian scene was crazy.
But like you can't compare because we over here talking we in the 20s,
yeah,
2010s, 2020s, and that joint was done in what 1983.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Ain't not taking the cake. That Rogue One scene takes the cake for everything.
Are you talking about Vader on the ship? Vader,
I was in there like,
open fire!
Y'all done messed up now. Like, y'all done messed up. Yeah, and I say that every time. I was like, the only time you saw Vader like live action, like doing what Vader's supposed to do, what he was made to do as a Sith Lord, and in like the Star Wars, the Vader comics from 2016 or something like that. It was one comic book where he, like, it was mad people around him. It ended up where all I see is dead bodies.
All I sense is fear.
Wait, what did you just say?
all I see is fear and dead men.
Yeah, I'm like, what did you want? Like, what do you mean? Like, we're surrounding you. You're like, okay. I basically said, okay. Hey, you got any more? I love that. When I saw that, I read that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, verse.
That was the first Vader line in 2016. I didn't read the second one. I only read the first one. That was good.
You read that comic too? Was that legit? The one where the woman fell in love with Vader and she was smelling his cape and stuff like that, and he ended up killing her.
That might have been the second line. Was that the second one? It may have been the second one. I didn't read the second one. I only read the first one.
There's one with this. Let me know, because there was a one where this woman was obsessed with him, and she was like smelling his cape and stuff like that, and so she tried to sit in his chair because he was like, "I love you, Vader. Let's be together," and he's just like, it was like, bro, like you ain't Padme. Get away from me, like you know what I'm saying? No, that Jones.
Padme's the reason why he's in this position right now. So what do you think?
No, he is no. Well, yeah, she is why, but he is why, and that's a whole conversation entirely. Yeah. That he basically, if he had listened to his wife or listened to his, and technically, never mind, we don't have time for this. Because I'm going to say Yoda dropped
the rest of the squad.
Right, Yoda dropped nuggets. People really feel like he didn't drop nuggets, but it's like, what was it? Let go of the thing you fear to lose. And I took it in as different than how other people took it in, because we're talking about the Jedi Order being detached from their apprentices versus Yoda kind of being like, yo, you can love something and not be attached to it. But people could correct me on that too if this cut makes it out. Whoa! He's wrong.
Other people took it as Yoda saying, fuck that shit.
Right. Ultimately, probably, it could be like, no, close yourself off, No, don't care about anything. It's like, whoa now there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's wifey. What are you talking about?
Care about nobody? Like Obi-Wan, wifey, nobody? Don't care about nobody. But then if you care about somebody, if you was so taken aback when all the younglings died and your cane dropped, let go of the things you fear to lose. Huh? You looking a little hurt right now. Everybody around you, connected to you in the force, dropping like flies, and you looking a little upset.
You just on the thing like, oh.
You look a little upset, Master Yoda.
But in the same breath, if he did listen to Yoda and he did actually let go, maybe all that stuff would have just never happened. So it can go either way. That
could go into a whole philosophy of how you should just treat. Listen, we don't got time.
Star Wars, we dropping nuggets, man. That was a big nugget right there.
I got ideas for people. We know a lot of creators that we can have this conversation with. But that's a wrap, squad. Be sure to check out our content anywhere on the internet at Phucaname. Just Google us, Phucaname, or Phuca-Pod, Phuca Pod. And check out all of our available content as you see it on the search engines. I've been your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. I'm getting pretty good at my Batman impressions and other things.
Hey, voice acting. I've seen your voiceovers too. It be going crazy.
Thank you, Wavy. Squad, close out with your socials.
Euro, what's goody? The voice you hear is Wavy God right now. Thank y'all for joining another episode of Phuca-Pod. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and rate the podcast 5 stars. Of course, your boy Wavy God, WAVIIGAWD _ on Instagram, and WAVII_GAWD on X or Twitter. And like I said before in the episode, shout out to the Mets this weekend. That Subway Series against the Yankees. He about to sweep y'all. Either that or we're just going to win the series 2-1. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We had it was a little crazy in the beginning of the season. We had a little loser streak. We back, though. We back. We going to come back right now. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Spurs, too. Game 6 is going to be tomorrow. We recording this on, May 15th? So, actually, the game's going to be later today. Game 6 about to finish that series with Timberwolves, man. About to go Western Conference Finals. Into the finals. Spurs in 6. Every series. Don't matter. So. And shout out to
RIP to Philly sports teams this season across.
Yeah, y'all got swept by the Knicks, man. Sorry about that.
And the Phillies, had to let go of their manager, and then the Flyers swept. It's just Hurt piece all around. Hurt piece all around.
Yeah.
Philly fans, I don't know what to say about y'all because they're fair weather fans, and I'm saying that we're all honest with ourselves, but it is what it is.
That's it. Shout out to Pragmata and shout out to Mouse PR for Hire playing that right now. Good game.
There you go. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. See, man. Oh my god. There we go. Squad. There we go. Thank you, Desert. I almost forgot. Peace.